Cause with halos, it's kind of tilted. The foundation is strong because Jehovah built it. You can feel the spirit and positive energy. Questions asked comfortably like you're talking with family. Get ready to settle in. Wait for the show to begin. Invite a couple of friends. It's time for Unhinged.
Introduce to you Get You Home Towing, a family company with the sole purpose to get you home. Whether you need roadside assistance or transport services, we have a flatbed big enough to transport any vehicle to its destination. Our offer to you is our gratitude and great service at a much cheaper price. We are also open to transport through long distances. If you need us, all you have to do is call that number. I'll see you soon.
Oh, hey, y'all. How y'all doing? Y'all all right? I mean, what's really going on? Thank you so much for tuning in. You've tuned in to Unhinged Live. I'm your host, Nikita Tilted Halo Hansford, and I'm sitting alongside my very, very good girlfriend, Mrs. Karen Sims Harrell of Twisted Threads LLC, co-host, best friend. That's my best friend. Oh, I'm having a moment. Sorry, I miss her, y'all. Best friend extraordinaire. We are so happy that you decided to tune in on tonight. We are absolutely excited about tonight's conversation. So go ahead and do it. Please do what I'm asking. Go and get your auntie, cousin, sister now. Get the cat, the dog, the bunny, rabbit. Get anybody you think would appreciate the shenanigating and the conversations that we have going on here at Unhinged Live. Bring them on in the room so they can get in on the conversation. I want to go ahead and say welcome and thank you to each and every one of our replay viewers that are going to catch us at a later date and time. We appreciate you and all of your constant, consistent support. You absolutely matter, even though you cannot be with us live. We do check the chat box and do our best to respond to you when you get to chatting it up. So, of course, we are going to get into the show rundown before we get into it. Of course, we're going to have another superfan shout out on tonight. And of course, y'all already know our guest interview that's getting ready to pop off on this evening. I'm excited about this sister right here. We're going to have a very, very, very wonderful music break, music spotlight by one of the Tilted Halo Tribe family members. We used to be in the choir together, y'all. Y'all know I see bringing that choir fire. Of course, we're gonna get into a little bit of the views from the Petty Pew, and then we're gonna get into it. What's really going on? We're gonna hear from and receive yet another nourishing dose for our spirits. As we received our weekly reflection of purpose by our very own in-house certified master life coach, Coach Cash herself, Karen Sims Harrell. Y'all know she wears many hats here on the platform. And of course, I'm going to give you that outro and encourage you all to continue to just be. So now let me take it back to the top, See the choir director hand signal, bring it back to the top. Karen, how you doing today? What's really going on?
It's a lot of things going on, sister, but I am grateful to be home, right? Settling in. We done snagged another family member and got them across the border. You know, there's a different type of family smuggling going on. So Raymond is now one of the newest family members that is now a North Carolinian, right? So I had to go ahead on up there and snatch him up. And I say snatch because, you know, y'all weather be disrespectful. I don't know if I should take it personal at this point, Tilted, but every time I had tried to go up and, you know, try to spread some love, the weather be like, no. And so I listened. right? And so when they say no, access denied, I carry my tail right on back here where we are able to do some other goodness and things. So yeah, we gonna see how things progress, but it's the week has started and we've been able to celebrate Super Bowls. For those who don't know, I'm an Eagles fan. We're gonna talk about that. All right,
I'm sorry, I had to.
only the best friend going you. I can't even do it, right? Just fly, Eagles fly.
That's why I do it for you.
Go Birds, go Birds. So super excited, and everybody seemed to be happy for me and my Eagles as we celebrate. So I don't know nothing about their football down here. You know, it's a little no thank you. I bought all my Philly antics all the way down with me, so they knew, and we let them know Super Bowl is my favorite holiday. Argue amongst yourselves, right? Because I said it's a holiday. So what is it? A holiday. That's what it be. Yeah. So now I gotta kick it back at you, Tilted. How you doing?
You know your girl doing all right, and you know you really sitting there with that last dragon glow right now. I don't know.
I don't even know where it's coming from. I'm like, what? Should I move something? Let me. I don't know, girl.
You know, I appreciate it because you know everybody that knows you that we already know. Karen likes her bling, and tonight the Lord saw fit to have you with that glow.
So glow.
I don't even know.
Glow.
But yeah, you know, things are doing all right over here around these parts. I ain't got no real complaints because first of all, why? God is too good to me for me to open my mouth and make him into a liar. So my confession tonight is no matter what it looks like, no matter what it feels like.
All right now.
God is good. So that's my heart for today. God is good. And in spite of everything going on around us that would try and pull us into this frequency of negativity, I am so grateful that we do our best to walk through this life as a literal joy tsunami. Those who know me, especially in the workplace, I'm the negativity police for real. Don't bring that around here.
Don't bring it over here.
Don't bring that around
here. I hear you.
Don't bring that around here, and I will shut you down. Because again, my confession is that God is good, and that will never change.
All the time.
That will never change. So I'm looking. It's cold up here in the Lehigh Valley.
I know.
It's cold, and we got a guest coming into the. Somebody rang the doorbell. We got guests coming into the room, and I don't want to belabor the hour because, again, y'all know I'm excited about this conversation. It's been a long time coming, y'all. I'm trying to tell you. But so before we get into the conversation and bring tonight's guest into the studio, I want to go ahead and give this week's superfan shout out, Karen.
Yeah.
Now I'm being a helper outer tonight too, right?
I'm on the helms again, right? I got everything working over here. So you let me know if we need the special drum roll, because
I need that lit drum roll with the hi-hat. Can I get that?
Let me see if I picked the right one.
Yes, that's the one. That's the one. All right, y'all already know. I'm proud of you, Karen. You're so good. You that girl good. But check it out. Lean in, y'all. Lean in, y'all. And if you know tonight's superfan shout out, go on over here and tell her that I'm talking about her globally to her face. All right. So check it out. Tonight's superfan shout out goes to none other than one of my content creating besties, or because I feel like I'm an auntie in the content creation world, because I'm a little older than some of these young women in the circle. But let me tell you, tonight's superfan shout out has an absolute heart of gold. She is full of faith, fashion, and fabulosity. So tonight's superfan shout out goes to none other than Queen Brianna Ofosu of Faith and Fashion 360. Yes, my sister in the podcast world. Yes. My sister in the plus modeling world. Yes.
Love it.
Bree, I got to give you a shout out tonight, sister girl, because year after year, you put on such an amazing event. Girl, my edges are consistently snatched back every year how you elevate that event higher and higher. And I just want to go ahead and celebrate you publicly. We've had some conversations offline, and I understand exactly where you stand. As a business owner, it is not always easy. As a business owner, you don't always see the light at the end of the tunnel. One thing I'm grateful for with you, young queen, is that you keep pressing forward with your faith in God, with an amazing support system in the form of your husband by your side. So I'm grateful that he continues to speak life into you and push you continually in your purpose. You're an amazing mother. You're an amazing friend. You're an amazing advocate. You are simply amazing. So again, we celebrate you tonight and all that you'll continue to birth, whether it's on the runway, whether it's on the airwaves, whether it's on the screen. May your steps continue to be ordered by the Lord, sis. And I'm excited about what's yet to come from you. So, yeah, now let me get off of that. And in case y'all see me, I kind of got my dinner still on the table.
Lordy, Lordy.
It's cold. I can't really eat it, but I might pick y'all because sis hungry, but work first, always for me. So, as we prepare to bring in tonight's guest, Karen, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
You know, I sometimes like to look and read a bio. Sometimes I request a bio or I'll write one out real quick. But there was nothing I could write about tonight's guest. I got to share with her how long I've just been watching her make her moves. And the only words I could find to try and shape any form of intro is, how do you introduce someone who wears her heart for women, Black women in particular, on her sleeve? Go on and bring her in the room, Karen.
All right,
I want to go ahead and introduce our audience to what I have dubbed the sweetheart of Lehigh Valley, Miss Kisha Bonnell, the founder of Black Women Connection.
Oh,
welcome.
Welcome to the platform tonight.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so honored to be here.
It's been a long time coming. You know, I've been chasing you for a while. I'm like, girl, you ain't working on Tuesdays yet? You still working? Because I really didn't want to limit this conversation to something that was pre-recorded. I really wanted our audience to have the opportunity to engage you in our chat room and ask any questions they may have of you. Yes, we do engage the chat because these people get to chatting it up. They want to get to know you too. But I just want to say thank you again for joining us on tonight. You could have been any place but here. So thank you. All right. So you already flashing that beautiful smile. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get into the conversation. Right?
Okay.
So
yes.
The first thing I want to do is go ahead and give you the opportunity to introduce yourself to our audience. Would you mind sharing a little bit about yourself? You got some kids? Is you married? What you doing?
Okay, sure.
What do you do professionally?
Okay, sure. Hello, everyone. My name is Kisha Bonnell. I am the creator and founder of Black Women Connecting, an online platform for Black women to meet and connect in the Lehigh Valley. We do all kinds of things to just show support and empower each other. We can go out to eat. We go skating. We go to the movies. Any kind of event you want to do with your girlfriends. Those are the type of things that we do. We also like to highlight and empower Black-owned businesses. So if you have a business that you want to, there's a time and space in the group to tell us about your business. And if you're having like a grand opening or something, we like to show up and just come and be of support. So that's what I'm known for in the Lehigh Valley. And we have over 1,000 ladies, Black ladies in our group. So that's been pretty amazing from only 3 years of existing, and we have over 1,000 women. My day job is, I have a lot of day jobs. I'm looking for a full-time job, y'all. So I have a lot of part-time hustles. But right now I'm working at Northampton Community College in the library, as well as a teacher tutor at Huntington Learning Center in the evenings. So that's what I do. So basically anything in the education space, I will do that. And I'm about to start substitute teaching. So education is my passion also, which kind of shows up in Black Women Connecting, because I'm always liking to purvey knowledge. Any information I come across, I love to share it. That's a passion of mine. So that's me in a nutshell.
Well, thank you for sharing a bit about yourself, because I've always just been so curious. When we connected at the networking event we attended recently, again, I'm observing you. I was like, she just is quiet over there, but I know she is taking notes. Let me go talk with her. And it absolutely manifests in everything that you are doing with the Black Women Connecting Lehigh Valley group. So you've already answered one of the questions that I had on when was Black Women Connect established. I want to go ahead and ask you, what inspired you to establish?
Okay, yeah. So it started in 2021. So it's, that's like right during the pandemic. So I was the type that I like, we were talking earlier how you don't necessarily have to be around people. Well, I was starting to get antsy being stuck in the house during COVID. So I still couldn't get out and about. So I started just trying to connect with people virtually. In other groups, I would try to do like game nights and stuff. I coordinated a few of those during the pandemic, what have you. And basically, I was a part of a different group at first. And people in that group started to appreciate what I was doing, because I was just trying to bring people together, because I was like everything that I wanted to do because I was lonely. I was like, well, let me just put this out here to see if anybody else want to engage with me virtually, just so that, I have some people, because it really was just me at the house at the time with my husband. And I just wanted, at the time, it was also during that time of George Floyd, where it was just like, I wanted to connect with Black people in general. And as you guys know, in the Lehigh Valley, sometimes it's hard to find more of us. So I just started doing things in another group. And then people were like, we really like what you do. So could you just start a group of that's all you, and just do what you do to help engage and bring people together. And that's kind of how Black Women Connecting was born. I was like, okay, let me just start a group, and people, came and interacted, and it grew like way past my imagination. I thought I'd get like 30 or 40 people, and for it to get to over 1,000 still blows my mind. Like I'm so honored that people still want to, be a part of and in the group, and comment every day, like just interact and put things out there. So it's been awesome.
Well, you've created a space, again, that absolutely reflects your heart for the Black women in the Lehigh Valley. So baby, don't be surprised. It's going to triple before you know it. Because as people of faith, we understand that the anointing flows from the head down. So you keep doing what you're doing. I'm excited again to have the connection with you, and I look forward to possibly engaging you in other ways as we continue to grow together. You shared something that we have in common. We birthed during the pandemic as well. So I did birth my own show on another platform, but then that kind of, changed. And of course, as Karen wrote ever so eloquently, I made the bold move of establishing my own broadcast media company. And here we are, August, we will celebrate our 3rd birthday as well.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Look. Unhinged Live is a Leo.
Lord have
Okay.
mercy.
He's a Leo.
But let me get off that. Karen, do you want to get in on the
I
conversation?
certainly do. Thank you for passing the baton. So, Keisha, in this time that you've been building and growing, I imagine there's been some super amazing interactions, and maybe even, if we dare to say, some mind-blowing opportunities. Can you share with us maybe one of your fondest memories so far where it was sort of like, wow, we did that? And share a little bit about, was it an event? Was it a conversation? And how has it impacted you to sort of keep going with the work that you're doing?
Wow, that's a really good question. The first thing that popped in my mind that when you said we did that, because it was very recently, I got some ladies together from the group to help me organize our first ever Black Expo for the Christmas time. So we put together an event that was to showcase Black and brown businesses from around the area, so that people can shop on Shop Small Saturday this past year, and just come and patronize Black-owned businesses that they may not have known existed. And we got a decent turnout, and it was a lot of coordinating and putting together. But I had a small team of people from the group, Black Women Connecting, and we were like, we did that. Like, that was most amazing, and to be able to do something like that from the connections that I've made in the group, and to showcase the ladies in the group mostly were the businesses that were on display. So I had been asked for a while, like, can we do an expo for, people that have businesses? So that was my first attempt at doing it. And it was pretty amazing. I'm looking forward to try to do that again
Awesome.
in the future.
Awesome. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, of course, as you were sharing your "we did that" moment, of course, in my head, you're gonna do another one sooner than you think, sis. I promise you. Especially with us reassembling our collective power with our money in light of recent events. I'm trying to keep it kosher over here. Y'all pray for me. In light of recent events,
Tap me in, coach. Tap me in.
right, yeah, right, girl, because you already know I will go there. We have, with us needing to make sure that our Black dollars continue to circulate in our Black communities, we have more power than we give ourselves credit. So, yeah, I'm putting that in the atmosphere all over your life. I'm gonna need another one of them small business expos before Christmas.
Christmas in July. I'm just putting it out there. Christmas in
See how we do
July.
that? See how we do that?
Listen.
They asked us at the expo, actually, can we do something for spring? So
Love it. Okay. There you go.
Spring or July, that sounds good too. I got to get together with my team. But
yeah, see what y'all doing. Make sure you let us know so we can help you promote the event, because so many of us are, listening to the conversations, and we're hearing from so many of our Black business owners who finally made it to retail locations, who are now faced with a hefty decision. And they really have to be keen on the process of, what do we do now? I got 50,000 units all over the country. And it really is a lose-lose financially. If you look at it from that perspective, a lot of us lead with emotion, and my whole deal is I don't go to Target anyway. Let's talk about that particular situation. I'm not a Target shopper. I keep my money out of Target because they ain't got nothing for me but things I don't want to pay the price for. They charge too much. Okay. My first thought was, let me go ahead and just shop direct. These people have websites as well.
Direct distribution.
This way, I don't have to worry about anybody getting a cut of their money but them. And they can distribute it out the way they see fit. So hopefully more of us will pick up one particular mindset or the other to consider continuing to support these owners, because it's like, wow, out of nowhere. They get hit with this. But of course, as Black people, yet still we rise. You are
Thanks.
some of the most creative people I know.
Definitely.
Yeah, so go ahead and try and wipe us off the map. You have no idea what we're capable of. So
New map.
go ahead.
I said it'll be a new map. You keep trying to wipe us off, we keep showing up. So
Mhm.
you bring up some good stuff. You know, we're gonna get a little bit more into them conversations when we get to that other fave segment, what's really going on. Because it is about you know, Keisha, one of the things that I thought was like super important, and as we're talking tonight, is the importance of the work that we're doing. And key to know, my favorite line, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. And so, you know, having connections with you and the folks that you work with definitely embodies that, right? So in this time where it's like, yeah, it's time to galvanize, we need to do what would you say are some of the tips for your personal blueprint that perhaps has allowed you to grow this particular network over the past 3 years? All right, we're gonna give you a minute.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you say that one more time? What is my
Sure,
blueprint?
sort of what are some tips or I never want to call them tricks, but tips or strategies that have assisted you in building this network over the last few years?
Oh, that's a good one. Tips and strategies. Basically just showing up. One of the things that serious when I first started, I remember talking to a lady who already had an existing group of over 1,000 ladies, and I just got some pointers from her because I said I'm starting this new group, and she was basically saying you got to show up. So when you have like a smaller group, especially online, you need to interact with everyone. You got to like every comment, you got to comment every comment, you got to show up. And if you are having events, you need to have your events, even if nobody shows up, you need to show up. So many times people like to put together something, but if nobody shows interest, they just cancel or never show up or whatever, and then people are like, oh, well, is that happening or not? So you got to show up, whether it's you and your best friend or just you or 3 people. Show up, take pictures so people can see that you did show up and that people are interacting with you. Because I think one of the things that people flocked to the group or appreciated the most about our group was consistency. Like, I'm just going to always put something out there, and I'm going to always show up for the things. And then I show up to other people's things. A lot of people love to just put their own stuff out there and then never really show up for other people. But if you show up to other people's thing, they see that you appreciate, the whole community, not just your own thing. And so they tend to show up back for you when you do have something, the consistency. So my biggest thing has always been just show up for yourself and show up for others.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And not for nothing, this platform again can co-sign exactly what you just said. Got to keep showing up.
Mm-hmm.
Someone recently asked me about our numbers. I said, let me tell you something about them numbers. I don't care nothing about them numbers. Because my greatest influence is on the ground with how we're building this platform. And, it's kind of hard to explain, but I really don't make the time to go through the several channels that we are syndicated on. We are creating our own syndication here with the platform. And of course, those of you who see the flyer, all of those spots listed is everywhere you could possibly view the show weekly. And once we broadcast, what did Cardi B say? It's up, then it's up. So it's always there for people to come find at a later date. And of course, I got a little bit more savvy in being able to make sure who we talk to, your picture is on there. So you can always go back and view your conversation and share it from one of our several YouTube or Facebook channels. So I'm looking in the chat room, and I see that we've got our InnerStar Beauty Award winner saying, hey, Kisha Bonnell.
Hey.
Shout out to you, beautiful Marisol, for always showing up for the tribe.
Marisol, she lived down the road from me.
Oh, girl, so that means I was just up the street from your house because we had went down the street and had the Christmas birthday celebration for Marisol.
Oh, yeah. I went to her open house, or what do you call it when you get a new house and they have a housewarming. And I was like, oh, you down the street from me.
Yeah, right up the way. Isn't she a bundle of joy?
Oh, yeah, she's amazing. She's awesome.
Yes, she is. So I'm looking at the time, and I told you I was going to get you with one of these silly questions. So go ahead and roll your eyes now, Karen.
She did it. She like.
Go ahead and roll your eyes now. It's all good.
Kept myself on mute because, okay, here we go.
You already know. I already know you're going to love me after the show, so whatever.
That is true.
This is a question, and I got to give credit where credit is due. My sweet baby girl, my youngest daughter, gave me this question as a brain twister. So I got to ask you, would you rather? Would you rather? Yo, Karen, can I get that drum roll?
Oh, goodness. Not the drum roll.
So, Miss Kisha.
Okay.
Would you rather get in your car every day and fight a chicken? Or I'm gonna get you some more water, baby. I don't want you to, go.
Okay. I'm sorry, you're making me laugh. Fight a chicken. Okay, I got that.
Okay, would you rather get in the car every day and fight a chicken, or would you rather engage in a sword fight with an orangutan once a year? I don't want your man to come get me, Kisha. Don't get some more
water. That's really odd.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes. I guess I would say the orangutan and some swords, because that's only once a year instead of every day. Because chickens, they fight dirty, so I wouldn't want to be stuck in a car with one every single day. Yeah, so at least the orangutan is once a year, and he might not got as many slick moves as a chicken. So
okay, I see you.
That's some good logic.
Great. What would you choose, Karen?
If I recall, because I've been asked this question a couple of times or been on the other end, I'm pretty sure it's the orangutan once a year. But we have some very adventurous folks who is like, it's cheaper just to fight the chicken because they're gonna win and have dinner every day. So, like,
yeah. I don't want to clean no chicken.
It's no wrong answer, right? Challenge by choice. But yeah, we gonna figure something out by year 2, because that orangutan ain't gonna be bothering me every year. Like, this gonna be work and done. I'm gonna fight you, and unfortunately, it's gonna be some slow singing and flower bringing. That's just
all right.
We're not doing this every year.
Okay,
we're not doing it.
All right. Now I'm going to bring it back in. All right. With a little less foolery, I got another question for you, Kisha.
Okay.
All right. Now, if you had to choose to exist in one of these seasons, 365, 24/7, which would it be? Winter, spring, summer, fall? And why?
Probably fall, just because I do kind of like cool weather, and I like the clothes of the fall and the colors and the seasons, which is one reason why I moved to Pennsylvania, because I get 4 seasons. I'm originally from the South, so I didn't really get 4 seasons down there, and I don't really like it being hot all the time. Sorry, I know most people want it to be hot, but I like having 4 seasons, and fall is probably my favorite season because of the coolness and the cool clothes, but it's not so cold that you have to be like now, where you freeze when you walk out the door. I'd have to constantly shovel snow and all that stuff. So fall is probably my favorite season, and the colors, and it's very pretty outside, and crisp, and festivals and all that stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We absolutely enjoy getting outside during the fall months. We appreciate winter because we know it has its purpose, but we could take it or leave it. Oh, hey, or at least that's how it is over here around these parts at Casa de Tilted Halo. Of course, anybody who knows me, I'm a summer girl. I'm a summer girl because I seize every excuse and opportunity possible to just go and sit on somebody's beach and just bask in just, God's creativity. He's just so masterful. I've never been to the same beach and seen the same thing twice.
Oh, wow.
It's always something different. The way the tide is running in, the way the birds are flying, with their fluttering. Sometimes I'll just stand there and watch, and the birds will just surround me while I'm just enjoying the water. I just love the summer and all that beautiful natural sunlight that keeps this melanin. Okay.
Yes.
I like to get as chocolate as possible
Yes.
in the summertime because, listen, we always say health is wealth. And I promise you, one of my favorite forms of vitamin D is directly from, look, it's distributor, the sun. So, yeah. All right. So I'm looking at the time. And we got to go ahead and transition the show and move it forward. So before we get into our musical break, and thank you for hanging out with us tonight, Kisha, can you go ahead and tell our listeners and our viewers how they can connect with you?
Okay, yes. So we have Facebook and Instagram. So the Facebook group itself is private. That's over 1,000 women, and you do have to be a Black woman to join that. But if you're not and you still want to support us and follow, we do have a Black Women Connecting Lehigh Valley Facebook page and Instagram. So follow us on either or both platforms.
All right. Thank you so much. Shout out to Miss Chrissy B. We're going to give you another shout out on tonight as we move the show forward. So right now, again, I want to say thank you to each and every one who has tuned in. You're tuned into Unhinged Live. It's me, your girl, Tilted Halo, sitting alongside my good girlfriend, Karen Sims Harrell. And of course, we are graced with the presence of our lovely guest on tonight, Miss Kisha Bonnell, the founder of Black Women Connecting Lehigh Valley. Now I got to go ahead and ask that Coach Cash, go ahead and put on her wiki.
Listen, we got headphones today. Is DJ Cash in the building? You know, it's always a good thing because we get to support family and friends, and because we got so many creative, I gotta say, bombshells, right? They dropping bombs all over the place musically in an amazing way. And today is no different. Okay, we are excited to be sharing a single from our sister Sharice Hackett. That's the newest, the new last name. How about that? But Sharice is definitely a songbird that we have been able to connect with and hear some wonders. Today is a bit of a jumping jam, is what I'm gonna call it for y'all, DJ Cash. And the title of this single is Can't Nobody. Here we getting it with.
Ain't nobody do me like the Lord.
Hey.
Nobody do me like the Lord. so amazing. After all of what I've been through, I still have love and peace surrounding me. I'm not affected by all the things that happened in my past. God has been there, providing unconditional love. He gave me strength when I was feeling weak. I'm so thankful, I owe him so much. Can't nobody else do the things that he's done. That's why give him the praise every day. Ain't nobody do me like the Lord. Gonna give him praise, give him the praise. Cause ain't nobody do me like the Lord. Gonna give him praise, give him the praise every day. Ain't nobody do me like the Lord, like the Lord. Gonna give him praise, give him the praise every day. Ain't nobody do me like the Lord, do me like the Lord. So sufficient for me, God is more than enough. In times of trouble, He is always there. He'll never put more on me than I can bear. It's so awesome that in spite of me, He looked me at my thoughts and saw my needs. I'm so thankful, I owe Him so much. Can't nobody else do the things that He's done. That's why give Him praise every day. Ain't nobody do me like the Lord. Gonna give Him praise, give Him the praise every day. 'Cause ain't nobody do me like the Lord. Gonna give Him praise, ain't nobody do me like the Lord, like the Lord. Gonna give him praise, give him the praise every day. Ain't nobody do me like the Lord. I'm grateful for all that He's done for me. So faithful, always looking out for me. Lets me know that everything's alright. In the midst of the storm, He holds me in His arms, and He comforts me. Tell me He'll always be by my side.
You better say it again, Queen.
Belongs to Him. All the praise, all the honor belongs to Him. All the praise, all the glory belongs to Him. All the praise, all the honor belongs to Him. All the praise, all the glory belongs to Him. All the praise, all the honor belongs to Him. All the praise, all the glory belongs to Him.
Woo-hoo!
Girl, you better
Yes.
sing, Reese. You better sing, girl.
Love it, love it, love it. Listen, y'all know I love that house music vibe all day long. Shout out to Sharice. We love you, girl. Continue being amazing. That's all we can actually say after such a good selection like that. We got our vibing, tilted. Look, she in the comment section. I love it.
Hey, girl.
We love you. Thank you for
We
giving
love
us
you,
music to jam to. I promise. Giving us all of the vibes. Miss your face for sure.
When you get some time, I need you to go back, Sharice, and watch how I got my chair boogie all the way on. Okay?
That part.
Okay. The only thing that stopped me from standing up was the fact that I know which region of my body might have been on display on this here film. And I had just made a post saying that I don't need the thirst trap on Facebook because at my big age. So no thirst trapping in the name of the Lord. That's not what we're doing over here, okay? Thank you so much for everything that you do as you continue to contribute to the music community, Sharice. Yes. Can I tell y'all, share with y'all a fun fact about Aunt Reese? Because that's what so many people call her, Aunt Reese. Sharice, actually, of course, I was her assistant choir director for quite some time, but she would always be gone somewhere on some wonderful trip for employment or something like that. And she'd be like, oh no, you got to direct. And I'm like, word, you just gonna keep doing this to me, huh? But what but let me tell you something. That's my sister, and it doesn't matter how far she may go. The time we spent together, what people didn't understand, how we bonded was she made sure, I'll put it to you that way. She made sure that we would fellowship and break bread. So we would really get to know one another behind the scenes, and understand the ways we need to be supportive of each other as beautiful women in ministry. Anyone who knows anything about the Black church and the music ministry in particular, you recognize that it is also a male-dominated industry. And I can imagine Sharice could co-sign what I'm saying. We encounter some difficulties because we all cute with it. People think we something to play with. And that really wasn't the case. We were really there about that life, about that God life, using our gifts to serve his people. And I will always cherish the time that we were able to spend together, Sharice. And I look forward to the day when I'm able to get up out of Jersey and get down there to Florida and hug your neck again.
Say less. You know it's a drive, so pick me up on the way. That's all.
You already know. I'll cut through North Carolina. We bust that right. We gone.
I got the second half. You take the first.
You already know we a team. So thank you all for tuning in, and thank you for hopping on, Reese. I figured I'd tag you so you would know that yes, we are still playing your music. We are sending you as far as your music can go, because people need to hear you and you beautiful songbird. So look, I don't know if I want to go ahead and put this under a petty pew, or do I need to put it under what's really going on? I know you saw I moved something on the back end, Karen. I was like, because I could be petty in this conversation.
I mean, it could go. Listen, it's our show. It could go in both places if we want to. How about that? Okay, like we're not gonna think hard about this. We're not gonna think hard about this. No, we not.
Because I'm coming up with the remix as we speak. What's really going on? What's really going on? What's really going on? You from the petty pew. What's really going on? What's really going on? What's really going on? You from the petty pew. What's really going on? What's really going on?
Hey,
what's really going on?
What's really going?
What's really going on?
What's really going on?
What's really going on?
On and on and on and on and on.
Wiki remix. Oh, how y'all like that remix?
Listen.
That's right.
It's our show.
Okay. Y'all get into it. All right. Listen, I know I'm not the only one because I've had several conversations about the Blackity Black Super Bowl that we all had the pleasure of viewing this past weekend. So I guess I could call this Super Bowl Black as ever.
You can. You definitely can.
Super Bowl Black as ever. I promise you, I smelled a little blue magic, a little sulfur 8, little olive oil, a little cocoa butter, shea butter flowing from the stream.
It was some shea butter.
The Super Bowl was black. It was a whole lot of shea butter and cocoa butter during the show in particular. So yeah, this was amazing. This was a very exhilarating Super Bowl experience for me. This is the first time in a long time I actually sat down and watched the game and didn't care nothing about them little commercials they was trying to play. I was all in to the game. Here I go. I'm like, no, he touched down. His feet went down first. I'm all in the game.
Yeah.
Most people disregard the fact that I know the game very well. I just choose not to watch it because I'm single. I ain't got no real reason to sit up and just football. Nah, bro. I'm about to watch something on Netflix. I'm about to watch something on Tubi. I got all the little BET Plus. Something's going to keep me entertained, and I don't always lean to football. But I don't know. Maybe it was the fact that it was the Philadelphia Eagles going back to go ahead and reclaim their title. Oh, I got you, Karen. Maybe it was the fact that it was Philly, and we already know Philly is a whole vibe. And to watch the vibe be carried down to Nolans.
Yes.
OMG. I'm not sure if Nolan was ready for what the Eagles fans brought down to the Bayou. But let me get up off of this and go ahead and invite our guest into this conversation. Kisha, what did you think about the blackest Super Bowl ever?
I mean, yeah, I loved it. They got me in. I wasn't planning on watching it either. It was supposed to just be on in the background, but it got going. And then, I mean, I don't really watch football either, but it's Philly and it's up the street. And I was talking to my mom and sister like right before the game because we have a weekly call, and everybody was like, I'm for the Eagles. We tired of Kansas City winning. Da, da, da. And I was like, okay, I'm for the Eagles too. Yeah. And then I'm from the Philly area, like this area. So it was amazing to just see them. Like it was 0 for the longest too. Like I thought it was gonna be a blowout. I was like, oh man, this is awesome. This is fun to watch. But no, I loved it. Everything black about it. All the black people that sung and performed, whether before the game, halftime, during the game, like everything was just blackity black, and I loved it.
Yes. Oh, I can still smell the cocoa butter coming from the screen.
Yes, I'm thinking coconut oil.
Yes, everywhere. Yes. Olive oil, ACV,
all of it.
All of that.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It was edge control, all of that. So Karen, I saved you for last. Because
I'm about this football life, right? I am about this football life. So let me tell you the beauty of it, right? So my husband is not a sports fan, like at all. And thankfully our schedules aligned that he had another engagement somewhere. So I got to be in this house and act a total fool all by myself. Can I just say that? Listen, we were literally having 47. No.
We're about 47 right now. This is my show.
Because one thing, right? So Tilted is mentioning the vibe of Philly, right? But she really rock with Philly, right? So she'll travel, she'll spend time there, either to and from the water. She's stopping through, mind your business, no thirst traps. But Sunday night was something else, right? Because they started out with Lettucey, right? And Lettucey came and she's like, I don't care nothing about what y'all think about this Black national anthem. Y'all gonna get it and you're gonna get it good, right? Her and they said the children's choir, but I think it was a high school choir, so still, yes, technically the young adult choir was behind her. Then we had the blackity black sign language gentleman who really did it up. So many firsts, right? So we had quarterback, we had Saquon, running back. Birthdays, we had the first Black woman, I think one of the assistant coaches on the team, also winning a Super Bowl. Come on now, like so much history that was going on. And then I ain't gonna lie, right? We knew that Kendrick Lamar, shout out to him. Y'all know he got his name trademarked. So some of y'all think about that. His name is trademarked. We knew he was going to bring it, right? But then Uncle Sam came. And dog on it. Dog on it. We knew exactly what it was when Uncle Sam showed up on the spot. And it was like, wait, what? They don't know what they did. We knew when Samuel L. Jackson showed up, it was about to be something, right? And we knew it was going to be blackity black, that kind. And so shout out to all of the folks. Just because you Black don't mean you understand all of the details of the culture. We get it. You may not understand all of the things that Kendrick Lamar was rapping about, right? But you understood, right? You understood Uncle Sam. You understood that red, white, and blue on Black bodies, right? The revolution, Angela, it was televised. They said, y'all picked the right time and the wrong guy. He said, I'm here for it. There is something special, right? When we get moments like that to know what it is. And then, I mean, my only downfall or critical moment of the evening is that then we had to go back and explain to all of the others who not like us what they was watching, because they had no clue.
Who this?
What they doing? How come they do that? What is a beef? Why is somebody mad? Like what? Like the culture don't do that.
What
That's
is
not
A
what we-
minor?
Well, that's not what we do. Shout out to Kendrick and I'm gonna tell you, I think most of the people that I know, we love creativity, but it's something about a creative lyricist that changes the game. Even if you had to watch it 3 times to really figure out what was going on with each section that was going on in the game that was being played, they did that. That's all. And
Absolutely.
I couldn't be happier that we won, that the Eagles won. But everybody black won on Sunday night. I don't care what your team is.
I had an attitude when I went to work Monday. I was too black for work Monday. I had to,
I
was too
understand.
black for work.
I do.
But I still went.
No bills.
Yeah, I was like, these bills got to be paid. You got to leave my blackness to the side for about 7 hours and go deal with these people. But yeah, you already know one of the highlights for me. Can we talk about how
we can talk about it?
Serena Williams put that walk on him. Listen, she put that walk on him, and y'all know what the Crip walk is, or the C walk.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy. Y'all know I'm nothing but a bi-coastal girl growing up on the West Coast.
Cali girl.
For sure. Listen, I've got a mean sea walk on me. Okay. Some of y'all already know, most places you find me, you will find me dancing. I absolutely love to dance. And I near about fell out my chair when I saw my girl with the facial expression. Get it, girl. But listen, a lot of people didn't realize, and I literally had a conversation with someone today that was so significant, because when she celebrated her Wimbledon win,
yes,
she walked on the tennis court. And so many commentators had the audacity to say that this queen was too black and too ghetto for doing something that was culturally familiar to her. Mm-hmm. How dare you? Yeah, I'm going to say that. This is a little bit of my petty coming out. How dare you? When you don't know it, they put a little piece of her story, because some of it, of course, they couldn't condense it. And what was it? The king, about her father.
Yes.
That whole
King Richard. Yeah.
King Richard. Yes, King Richard. Kind of gave you a bird's eye view of every sacrifice their family made to make sure that Venus and Serena were number 1 and 2 in the tennis world. We got a little glimpse into some of the chaos and some of the physical harm that King Richard suffered at the hands of some of the local gangs in his effort to make sure that his daughter stepped on the tennis court with nothing but black excellence. Yes, some people want to dig up and try and throw out there the unfortunate incident that unfortunately one of their younger sisters perished at the hands of a Crips Blood member. But let me tell you something about our beautiful black people. Can we talk about it? Mm-hmm. We are some of the only people that I know that can take lemons and make lemonade out of just about everything. I mean, hell, we got people out here eating chitlins as a gourmet delicacy when we really know what they are. But check it out. We take little and make much out of every situation. So to see Serena out there sea walking, she sea walked on her trauma.
Yes, freedom.
She sea walked on all of the victories she won in her life. She sea walked on the fact that not only is she a tennis great baby, she burn a runway down and will murder the cover of every single Vogue feature that she is in. So yes, I'm walking with you, Queen Serena. I got to give you a big up because as we are celebrating Black women connecting on this show tonight, we are celebrating the connection that so many of us have with you, Queen Serena. We've overcome a lot. We've danced through tears, sweetheart. We know what it was. Unapologetically blackety black Super Bowl, honey. And I am all the way here for it. Shout out to Saquon Barkley. Y'all know y'all got him from the Giants, right?
He wasn't supposed to be over there no way. That's
whatever.
That's what a PA's own. PA, y'all take care of y'all own.
We let y'all get that.
Oh,
you know, we wise enough to know we got to send him where he can do better.
That is a fact.
And you know what? That's one thing I noticed about the Heart of Us Giants fans. Yes, I'm a fan of the Big Blue. We don't ever give up hope. We are some of the most hopeful people I know. But yeah, it was just great. And I don't know, maybe it's because I haven't listened to the news or watched the news mainstream media that I haven't heard of any incidents of violence
in Philly
with this. What do you know, Karen? Talk to me, educate me.
I don't know too much, but I know it was some celebrating.
Okay. We know it was some celebrating, but you know, I ain't hear nothing about no pum or nothing like that happening. Huh?
No.
Fact check me, y'all. My inbox is open. I'm always willing to learn. That's one thing y'all gonna know about me. I am teachable. And I
haven't heard nothing.
You haven't either? I didn't think so. So that goes to tell you yet again that we are not what they like to label us as because they not like us. They not like us.
Yeah. I mean, it was a little bit of mayhem. I'm gonna say some folk did get a free night stay.
I mean, you know, they would blame it on alcohol.
Some people got a free night stay.
Blame it on alcohol.
Yeah. So, but it's an interesting thing because they didn't decide to put too much of that on the news. But we know what it is. I share with somebody even just in the regular playing season. Don't be near the stadium when the game is over. Win, lose, or draw. It could be whatever. So make sure wherever you going, get past the stadium. Then y'all gonna be all right. Y'all gonna be all right. So, yeah.
All right. All right. But yeah, you know, shout out to Super Bowl So Black. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Yeah, so black. I was like, yes. The ancestors were pleased. The ancestors were pleased, clearly. I promise you, I saw apparition on the field trying to help him out. You know, but that's just me. But again, congratulations, Coach Cash.
Thank you.
And congratulations to our pastor, Pastor Philip Davis. Excuse me,
yes.
Dr. Pastor Philip Davis. Dr. Pastor. Because, you know, I saw the clip of him circulating on the internet on Sunday of him getting ready to preach the brakes off the building with his Eagles jersey on. Yeah. Most people don't realize that our pastor really is about that life. That's he's really about that life. So I'm very happy for you all. So maybe next year we could do it again and just take it up a notch. Bring Kendrick back. No, that's a little too dangerous.
This was a once and done.
Yeah, they're not gonna let him come back.
They're gonna bring Barry Manilow or somebody. Who gonna be next year? Like, we understand, right? So no hard feelings. We know that this year was a lot for a lot of people. So if y'all skip a year and need to, you know, bring Puff and the Magic Dragon next year, we do understand y'all need a moment. Y'all need we get the people the moment. I feel like they earned it, right? They sat through it confused, didn't know what was going on, don't know whether to clap, rock, sway, or just look ahead and be still. Y'all made it though. Y'all made it. Y'all made it.
But to quote the late prophet Michael Jackson, They want to be starting something. They got to be starting something. See, they started this with all of this rollback. Get it, Karen. They started this with all of the rollback. Get it, Keisha. Go ahead, girl. You better shake them shoulders, girl. Listen, they started it by rolling back DIE at right before DEI. I'm sorry,
in the
right
middle.
before the beginning to how to get over. Yeah. I'm sorry. It just keep coming out. At the beginning of Black History Month. So you already see here on Unhinged Live, all we need is a reason. You know, y'all can't tell, but yeah, I put some shea butter on my hands before I got on the air. And I got to give credit where credit is due. Y'all, you know, I get a lot of compliments on my skin. That ain't nothing but some cocoa butter and some shea butter and some black soap.
Black soap. That's good. That's good skincare. That's good skincare.
And some black soap. That's all I use. I don't be spending all that money on these expensive potions because we melanin blessed. They not like us.
They not like us.
You know, I tapped on the elephant in the room. And you know, we always like to put a positive spin on what's been happening here. I just mentioned the reversal of a lot of the DEI initiatives in the corporate world, and what they're attempting to do, even at the federal level of government. Mm-hmm. And one thing, I see a lot of people who took the time to go ahead and cast their vote for 47 is there's a lot of people taken to the internet street video requesting, you know, or excuse me, expressing their regret in the way they cast their vote. Now, we tried to tell you before it happened, but no, you didn't want to listen. So little tink tink, I'm not even sure that we necessarily want to feel sorry for you, but here's the deal. We all share a collective faith that requires us to display the fruit of the Spirit. So I'm saying this to go ahead and segue the conversation into showing a little bit of empathy towards humankind, whether they are red, yellow, black, white, brown, whatever, showing a little empathy and what that looks like moving forward, because we are not yet 30 days in to the current sitting administration, and it has been nothing but every single day. What was that sound you made? Every single day we are waking up to something new. And even today, I noticed something that Zuckerberg is doing here on the metaverse. I see you, boo. There was something I was trying to post and I couldn't on the platform. And it was in reference to one of the executive orders that 47 recently signed regarding the re-implementation of plastic straws. Things like that. Yeah, girl, it's on TikTok. I'm gonna send it to you. Anyway.
Lord.
I was like, this is what we doing with our executive pen. This is what we doing with our time. You're listening to the lobbyists come in and like, we want to, you know, re-implement. But anyway, like I said, Keisha, girl, I'm gonna send you that video so you can know what I'm talking about if you didn't see it already. Okay. I think I sent it to you already, Karen. But if I didn't, I'm gonna go back and send it to you too. Mm-hmm. But yeah, how do we show empathy as a people when we are the ones that were the expected recipients of the harshest part of this DEI rollback, right? Shout out to our sister Crystal Williams for giving us this information during her visit to the show. I just happened to stumble upon it tonight. And again, Crystal, thank you again. The power of connection is real, because who knew then that we would need this empathy map on tonight? I'm gonna go ahead and put it up. Karen, I'm gonna let you take the lead on this because this is what you do, friend.
Ooh, child, listen. As you can see, each of us should be thinking of ourselves as the center of everything that's going on, right? What do we say? What do we do? How do we think and feel? What do we see? And then thinking about sort of, if we say pains and gains as is listed on here, sometimes we think of that as pros and cons, and understanding that the nature of empathy and showing up in an empathetic manner is a process, right? Sometimes you got to do your side chuckle somewhere else, because I was on a call earlier today with a community of practice group at the job, and people are sharing how their families are affected, right? So you don't got to agree with the consequence of people's actions, but showing empathy should be the goal, right? We can agree to disagree, but we still want everybody's family to be able to be fed. We still want them to be well. We still need the mental wellness that comes along with it. And so we got to examine what it is that we're doing. We got to define the challenge, right? Because some of us, we want to be, we want to be petty, right? We want to be like, that's what you get. That's what you get. But there are families affected.
I want to be petty. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Petty. I knew you was back there. I can see you on the bottom. I knew you. But many of us are like, we told you this would, right? And then our mommy and parenting hat comes on. Like, let them touch the stove, because we told them that the stove was hot. Now the stove is hot, but they thought that they wasn't going to get burned because they had the oven mitt. Well, you had the oven mitt on your right hand, but they threw the hot biscuit on your left hand, and now your hand is burning, and you trying to figure out what it is. Well, sometimes the lesson is also one for us to learn, is how can we present ourselves as, and this is going to sound crazy, right? Because we still got to be allies. If you profess that you love God and you love his people, you got to love his people, even if they in the big dummy category, right? So we encounter that from time to time. You big dummy, we told y'all, that ain't the regular language, but we told y'all XYZ. So what are you able to do? This one in the put the picture back up. It gives us the opportunity, right? Keep it simple. If you can, keep it fun. You could be an ally and be like, listen, it's some lessons that I need you to learn. And this is probably for the people closest to you, right? If you don't care nothing about folks, this conversation ain't for you. Like, I can't change your mind about how you show up for other people, but we don't have to carry everything, right? We could be empathetic and not carry and be like, wow, that's really bad. I'm praying for you and your family. And then that's it, right? We got one mandate as Christians and love carriers to love God's people. But if you can't do more than that, stay in your lane, but do no harm, right? Do no harm to people just because they were trying to do harm to you. It doesn't mean it, because we knew before the votes were cast, when we were watching those $1 million reels and people saying, and so-and-so is going to do this and they're going to do that. The other thing, we can make this political, but it takes a nation to make the changes that we've seen be put into place. Yes, one person can sign an executive order, but honey, we've been watching Scandal. We don't watch House of Cards. We don't watch all of the movies and the sitcoms and the things that let us know how these things operate and are built. It is not a overnight. Nothing happened on January 20th that wasn't already in play on January 1st, 2024. Can we just say it that way? Be good to the people around you. Make sure you are exhibiting empathy in all that you're doing. I see a church finger there. I see it coming out the side. I see the church finger. Yes, church mother Tilted.
Look, can I take the banner down?
Yes, you can take the banner down.
Can I take that down real quick?
We learned some lessons. Thanks, Crystal.
Thank you, Crystal. And thank you so much for expressing that ever so eloquently, because I'm a little ghetto, whatever. But I wanted to pull that down because I see something that kind of disturbed me in the comments. Yeah, Marisol just shared that they're spreading rumors that empathy is a sin. Is that
How? I don't understand that. How?
right? It's like, what in the tarnation is going on here? And notice I use tarnation because it's a word that some would consider outdated, right?
My mama used to use that.
Yeah, right. Shout out to the OGs because I'm bringing some of them words back. Okay,
Right.
what in the tarnation is going on here? But listen to the word tarnation. Y'all know I'm a wordsmith. I'm gonna break a word down.
Yes.
Here's the deal. We see that this is my perceived perspective, and of course, Kisha, if you want to jump in on the conversation, go on and give us a church finger. We're gonna yield the floor to you to go ahead and interject your thoughts. I really want to hear from you because here's the deal: you're an educator. That's something that you and Karen have in common, and as an educator, what are your thoughts on the display of empathy, even in the classroom and in the educational workspace? How do you see this playing out in the work that you do, Kisha?
I mean, right, excuse me. Right now, I work with kids one-on-one, but it is surprising to me sometimes what these kids will say just when they talking to you in general. Like some of the things, they didn't learn this on their own. Like they heard grown-ups talking and they just repeat it. They don't know what they're saying, but sometimes it's yeah.
It makes you get your MC light on, right? Cram to understand. Cram to understand. I get it.
Yeah, it can be interesting sometimes what the little kids say, but yeah, at least at the college level though, the students there, because where I work is pretty diverse, and so it's not. It don't. I feel. Yeah, I don't see it as much there, but in the little children one-on-one, they definitely are interacting with what their parents are saying, even though they don't know what it is. Because I work with the little ones at my other job.
Yeah, but see that right there, you sharing that you do a lot of your primary work is with what is the age group? I want to dare to say 12 and under.
Yeah, mostly at my tutoring job, it's mostly like kindergarten through like second, third grade.
Right. So here we go. Y'all pray for Tilted. I'm about to go in. See, listen here. This sounds nothing like the heart of God to me. This sounds like the heart of Christian nationalism. Something that I'm like, yo, again, totally against the heart of God. Even that we now see that there's a faith office being established now by 47 that's got what, Paula White Kane at the helm, the one who played herself by trying to call on the African angels and ancestors. Listen, the last time I checked the American Constitution, we were receiving all people with the liberty of being able to practice their faith, worship their God in the way they saw fit. And the last time that I checked, oh, I'm sorry, that's a little Nipsey Hussle. The last time that I checked, the Constitution was still intact. And every person standing on American soil, and dare I say legally, because that seems to be the lingo being thrown around, every person standing on American soil has a constitutional right to worship their God. So I'm a little like side eye to all of this because it's like, what we finna do? We trying to become the Handmaid's Tale for real, for real. We've talked about that in previous conversations, not related to this. What's really going on, y'all? What are your thoughts on that? Because we about to force the whole nation to become Christian. Is that what we getting ready to do? Because that even has a whole lot of blood on his hands. If you take the opportunity to step outside of the colonized version of our faith, you would understand that the name of Jesus was being spread throughout the continent of Africa, where all mankind originated. Yeah, boo. They knew who Jesus was before some of y'all did. Colonizers. Yeah, I got to call you out. Because again, all that y'all doing is so antichrist. It's like, wow. It's very interesting to sit and watch the depths of my own personal scriptural studies come to life off the pages of the many books and the faith books that I've read over the years of my life. It's like, really, this is what we finna do? We're living in the days where right is becoming wrong and wrong is becoming right. What's really going on, y'all? Can y'all help me unpack this? Because again, I'm blackity black. I done wrap my hair up again.
That
And
part, we knew it was gonna be something when you came in with the head wrap. I'm gonna say I knew because
I know. So anybody got anything to help me figure this out? Because I don't want to go to work too black tomorrow. But I will. I don't even care. I don't even care. Y'all know I don't care. Help me. And y'all know I'm that chick. I will ask for help. I will tell you when I am struggling.
Yeah.
To really make sure I maintain my God or Christ-like composure. Because I know the charge I have to keep when I, walk up out of here every single day and face the world. It's getting a little interesting, a little double dutchy for me. It's getting a little double dutchy.
Definitely double dutchy. So I'll tag in, and the one thing that I want to admonish all of us, right? When we talked about empathy, when we talk about different versions of what we see for the being foretold, right? We see what's coming. You blind, your eyes are shut, both physical and spiritually, if you are not seeing what is coming in the attempts. But I think we put it best when we say we're not our ancestors, right? When you come over here with it, I'm not dying for everybody, right? Don't get it twisted. All y'all ain't worth my life. However, standing up for what is right in a way that's right for you becomes the assignment, right? So we know what it is. We know the reason why. And we can't talk about all of them, but just know the blueprint is before your eyes if you take a minute just to peek, right? Peek about how we're talking about economic empowerment, because it's going to take all of us. Peek about how our Just Be since at least December to January has been focused on community, right? How we've been talking to you all about the requirements that you all need to make. Why? Because on the side that I'm looking at, it's not just education. So shout out to Northampton Community College, Kisha, because that was my first degree. Okay. I racked up a couple of them over here, but that was the first one over there.
Okay.
So knowing and understanding what's being attacked, honey, they coming in your backyard. Don't blink. Because while you holding up the banner, they're going to knock you down. If you've got interracial marriage, if you've got kids that look like you and not somebody else, trust me, they're coming for you. They're coming for you when you leave the country, when you're coming back into the country. They're coming for how you're spending your money. They're coming for what you are allowed to educate your children with, and even how you should be worshiping. And I need you to know that anybody that states that they love God, you better love his people, because one thing I know for sure, God don't play about us. And so I say us because there's a bunch of us. Y'all gonna come, but y'all ain't gonna leave the same way you came over here. So be mindful, right? that this is bigger than an economic standpoint of one or a few. There are a few people that are like, well, if we take that away, we can have more. That is not how the universe works. That is not how God works. That is not how we should be working as people. But what happens is when we unite in good faith and with good sense, I say with good sense, then we're able to see the other side of things. I ain't gonna say more because y'all know we still got our reflections of purpose, but y'all got to be mindful of what it is that we're watching. And this, at this point, this is not political, because when I say I'm in an education space, that means research stops, because research was for everybody. Now they want research to only be on one side. That means that literally they're saying they don't care whether you live, whether your children live, whether mommy, daddy, and auntie and them live, because they only want, and I hate to use the they. I promise you, Keita, Tilted, you know this. I hate that they versus them versus us, but unfortunately, it is where we are at. The people in power are not showing care. They are not showing care for the least of these, nor are they showing care for the folks that we voted them to protect. When you understand that the strongest commercial that I saw during the Super Bowl was a little boy being able to overcome cancer, right? And they talked about cancer research. Now, I don't care nothing about who doing it. I don't care about who they was representing, but I care about the fact that we understand that's what's in jeopardy. A kid being able to live to see their mom and dad for not just a year, 8 years, and to be able to grow into adulthood. Listen, it's bigger than us. It's bigger than us. And so what Kendrick said, like, this is bigger than music, bigger than hip hop. As we think about these things, literally figure out what the thing is that you need to do to impact your area.
Mm-hmm. Would you like to add anything to the conversation, Kisha?
No, I agree with everything that she said. I did want to just point out that part where they was like, I saw this on the internet after the game about the caption was like, God don't like ugly. Just that, like, how the other team had shook hands with 47 like before the game, and then that same person, like, I don't want to say, I mean, they got hurt in the game, and then they were like really distraught, and they had all the like pictures in a sequence. But it was kind of, it seemed appropriate, because it's like, as soon as you do this, like, your team like kind of went in the hole. And
they were in New Orleans, the heart of Creole voodoo culture. So who's to say?
Yep. And that was in the comments too, like they were the ancestors. That was the whole.
Remember, Cinco de, what was it? The Cinco de the day of the chair. The day of the chair. The day of the chair.
See,
I said Cinco because it happened on the 5th day of the month.
It did.
When
unless he is chair.
No, remember the day of the chair. That's the easiest way to put it. Okay. You know, that whole incident there down on the dock there, yes, where the security guard was simply doing his job. And he sent out the player call. Hold up, this ain't a hat. Woo! It happened.
Yeah, that's the hat.
And it's like all of the ancestors said, go, and people was just mobilized. They was just mobilized to come to the aid of their brother. I've seen some beautiful artwork associated with the Day of the Chair. And I promise you, it was more than likely that same energy on that Super Bowl field that day. Because all I'm going to say is residue is real. Mm-hmm. And even as I said it at the top of the show, baby, the anointing flows from the head down. Yes. So be careful what you put your hands to. which plow you choose to touch. Because one thing I know, what is it? What goes around comes around. Some refer to that as karma. But it just seems like, let's go ahead and reassure folks that aren't necessarily caught up on their civics in American government.
Right.
An executive order is not yet law, y'all.
Yes. Thank you.
An executive order is not yet law. So stop allowing mass media in this country, which is bought, in case you didn't know. It's already bought, which gives space for independent platforms to have a voice like ours over here. Yeah. An executive order is not law, and it still has to go through the House. Okay. And previous sitting presidents, plural, had the common decency to make sure that they put several federal judges in place that would defend the American Constitution at all costs. The fight is on, y'all. So do your best not to dial into that chaos, but to tap in to the creator of all things, whether you call it prayer, whether you call it meditation, whether you need to get connected with your Black sisters in the Lehigh Valley or your tribe to talk it out. And so you are not carrying this emotional baggage that was never yours to carry. Do not allow this administration to dump on you, because it's smoke and mirrors, y'all, designed to distract. Kind of wonder what happened to the story on Diddy. Wasn't that the initial distraction? So many people were focused on Diddy and what Diddy did or didn't do, that they chose not to even make it to the polls. And now here we are. So I just pray that we as a people continue to connect, because again, community is important, and we need it now more than ever. And that's just another way for me to say thank you to you, Kisha, for the work that you are doing and making sure that there is a community of Black women connecting in the Lehigh Valley, because if we ever needed each other before, we sure do need one another now. You all are tuned in to Unhinged Live. I'm your host, Nikita Tilta Halo Hansford, sitting alongside my very good girlfriend, Karen Sims Harrell of Twisted Threads LLC. That's right, Marisol. FAFO season is on. So I had to get that one out my system before we get into the segment where we get the opportunity to get right every single week. We are about to receive. So get ready, y'all, as we receive our weekly dose of spiritual nourishment, a little to feed the hunger in our soul, because we be needing help. This kind of nourishment, what we need right now. So I'm preparing the way for our in-house certified master life coach, Coach Cash, as she prepares to come forth with an on-time, ready word with this week's reflection of purpose. Coach Cash, take it away.
Listen, we shalln't be before you long, but we want to remind you that there's required activity. There's required activity because they be watching, right? I always come with a title. That is the title, required activity. As we talked about civil duties, as we talk about what you need to do to secure that y'all still got a job. Listen, we will entertain you. We can't feed you. So make sure you're doing what's necessary at your house, at your job, in your community to ensure that there's no issues as much as possible. Nobody's coming for you, but all of the things need to be in order. Why? here's the thing that we talked about indirectly. There's a whole nother generation of kids who are watching, and they don't really understand all of the things that's going on. But honey, they got questions. They want to know, why is this a thing? Why are we doing this? Are my friends going to be able to go to school? So a lot of children are afraid, upset, unsure, because they don't know about ICE and what that means. And so when we had this moment to not think things through, as far as thinking past ourselves, we still got to do the required activity. That means pray. That means drink your water. That means sometimes you got to turn some things on to be aware, and then turn that thing right back off so that it doesn't overwhelm you. Doing what is required. Why? Because they be watching. Whoever the they is, sometimes they want to know. The people at the job want to know, are you going to step out of line, or are you just going to say, no, I'm not pre-worrying this week. This week, I know that it's an executive order. This week, I understand that I'm going to continue to do the thing that I need to do until I am told otherwise. Many of us are in paid positions that we got to do a thing, but understand that there were people who worked at the USAID. There were people who work at these international companies that are at the top of the tier in research. And now they're telling people, stay over there. We're going to have to let you go. That means that we have to be supportive. Why? Of each other. Because not only are our children watching, honey, the universe is watching. Other countries are protesting on our behalf. They're watching us to see what's going on over here. And we could give them a show on what resilience looks like, or we could give them a show on what foolishness looks like. I opt and recommend for you, show them what resilience looks like. Come together, making sure that you're not out here being greedy as you see people in need. Get what you need for your family, that required activity, right? But here's what else is required: making sure someone else in your community is covered as well. So if each of us take care of our family and cover just one, you know what we will do? We will literally impact the entire world, right? Because they're watching, because what the world needs now is love, right? Y'all gonna go out there and get your toilet paper. We still using toilet paper from 2020. I don't even understand what y'all doing with that. But doing what's required sets you up for success. And you know, as always, how do I get to this every single time, Tilted? Because I am determined. I'm here for the cake.
We want our cake.
Get to the cake until we are doing what's required to get to the finish line. By any means, you need to determine how to get to the finish line so that Coach Cash can get the cake. I know you got different motivator. That's my motivation right now. Required activity, y'all. Reach out to your Congress people. Remind them why they are in the offices that they're in. Reach out to your local faith community leaders and make sure that they're reminded of what's supposed to be going across the pulpit. Why? Because we ain't come to play. We don't have time for it, but we got to do what's required because our communities are watching. And I don't really care about what your nationality is. I care if you're being a part of the human race. And right now, we need to be good humans, because that is exactly what God is requiring for this time. That's your word for the day. Required activity. They be watching. Go ahead and give them something to talk about.
Let's give them something to talk about. Right? You know, that's one of my favorite things.
To figure out.
Hey, ow. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Keisha.
All right, Keisha, we hear you now. Hold on.
Yeah, we jamming.
Hey, listen, it's a song for everything. You already know it's a whole music catalog sitting over here. So thank you so much, Karen, and thank you so much, Keisha, for hanging out with us on tonight. I know we took you on one heck of a joy tsunami on this evening, and we are preparing to close out tonight's conversation. Is there anybody you want to give a shout out to before I go ahead and tie things up?
Shout out to any BWC that's watching. I'm going to replay this, so hopefully they hear the shout out to BWC, everyone in the community, and everyone that supports us. Yay.
Yes, and you already know I'll be over there. I'll be watching. I'll be
Yes.
watching you and all the beautiful work that you're doing in building community, the community that Coach Cash just made reference to. And as I usually do, close out every single show, I got to give y'all my just be encouragement. Because I just love allowing people to continue to be their authentic selves when they are in my presence. I don't care for folks approaching me wear a mask. I see right through it and I move you out the way because I need real. So check it out. Tonight, y'all already know it's Black History Month. And yeah, key to blacker than ever this month. Y'all already know what it is when y'all see me out here in these streets. This is just juices and berries that make my curls pop with the aid of the varying beauty products that I'm able to purchase down at the Ulta or wherever I choose to pick them up. So yeah, my outro tonight is about to be blackety black. Black, 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 black. Continue, my black brethren and my black sistren, to continue to be bold. To be beautiful. To be blacker than ever. Because check it out. When you do that and hold on to your authenticity, your name gets added along some of the ancestors that we refer to as great. I lost one of my favorites this year, the great writer, Nikki Giovanni. Just sat in the information session for the National Council of Negro Women. And, that was established by one of our ancestral greats, Queen Mary McLeod Bethune. Continue to just be. Because as you continue to just be bold, blacker than ever, you carve your own path in your story, taking your place in Black history. So though the current sitting administration would like to erase us, I got to go back and bless Brother Kendrick for the lyric. They not like us, even though they want to be so very bad. So continue to just be bold and blacker than ever this Black History Month, because they tried it. And to quote Queen Beyonce, they'll never take my power, my power, my power. They'll never take my power, my power. They feel away. Oh, why? Oh, I'm sorry. Y'all know I'm a Beyonce fan that keeps me motivated when I do decide to get out and exercise. It's your girl Tilted Halo. Just be sitting alongside my good girlfriend Karen Sims and the princess herself, Miss Kisha Bonnell. Black women connecting Lehigh Valley. It's a wrap, y'all. That's right. Get it, Keisha. We dance on the outro too. They'll never take our power, our power, our power. They'll never take our power, our power.